Hey everybody, happy Monday. I wanted to check in and see how you're doing and share a little bit of a personal story about how I came to the kind of realization that having less in my life brought me more. It all started perhaps, I'm going to say, about 5 years ago. I was working at Google at the time and I asked to take a sabbatical. And one of the things that I did was I went to Asia for 9 weeks and I only took a small carry on and a backpack for the journey, and was surprised by at the very end of the journey that there were still some things in my suitcase that I had only worn once or twice. Also, during this time, I had a lot of time on my hands and I did a lot of reading. And I was reading about minimalism while I was out there and just looking to make my life simpler, just having more gratitude in my life for the things that I did have, and trying to work out like how I could encourage and bring in these things that I was reading about into my everyday life. So after I returned to New York, one of the things that really struck me when I walked through my front door was just looking around my apartment and thinking, wow, I have quite a lot of stuff. And the other good thing that was helpful and encouraging to me was being able to look through this lens of like, what's really important to me? What would I miss if it wasn't here? What have I missed in the last 10 weeks? And the other thing about like just not having things doesn't mean that you have less satisfaction. It just means that like the things that you do have, you value more and you enjoy more. So during the last week of my sabbatical, I had 1 week in New York after I got back home, and I went through systematically through each room, going through and working out what was really important to me and what I could let go of. And to be completely honest, the feeling I got from doing that was just absolutely magical. I felt I could tackle the world, and when I got back to working back at my job, I felt that I was able to just like focus better, work harder, just see what was really important to me again. And one of the reasons for wanting to start my business was because I wanted to be able to bring this feeling to other people who were also living incredibly busy or stressful lives, or if they didn't have time to, do this stuff themselves. So I don't know, there's like an amazing feeling of living with less, which sounds completely counterintuitive just from a completely rational point of view. If you said to someone, if I took away half of your things, how would you feel? I think most people would think, well, I feel like I've lost half of my stuff, I've lost half of my identity, I've lost half of my possessions that I have worked hard for, paid good money for. I want to tell you that absolutely the opposite was true for me. I felt that with having half of my stuff, I had twice as much respect for the things that I had, twice as much time to take care of the things that I owned. And I felt, I'm going to say like 50% happier. So with this, I just wanted to share this little anecdote with you. I know that sometimes when people say things like less is more, it can probably conjure up feelings of like, how can less be more? That seems counterintuitive, but yeah, I mean, trust me on this one, it really does feel good. And I hope that you take a look at maybe if you could do this, even if it was for one room or one small area of your house, and just see how it makes you feel. You don't have to go whole hog, you don't have to do everything, but just do one small area and see if it makes a difference to you. I hope you found this little video helpful, and if you've got any comments, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. Thanks again. Bye.